And Pops, let's talk about Spawn, King Spawn. This is issues 2 through 5. Some spoilers. Can I contain myself? It is the best modern comic so far. I mean, I'm loving the Spawn verse. This is what everyone's told me. Again, hat tip to Wakazashi's Tea House. He's the one who's turned me on to this. Kind of talked about the first issue of continued going King Spawn. Spoiler alert: this is Al. This is Al Simmons. This is the OG Spawn. This is his story. Sean Lewis's story, and the art is just next level. Look at this. Look at this next level art, and you're getting like I got this screenshot because I wanted you to see this area right here in particular, because the antagonist that Spawn's facing in the first phase is Kincaid. It's that shot is a total homage, a total throwback recreation of the original Spawn series back in the day. I think it's issue number 5. It's just so good. The art it's intricate, stylish, dynamic. I think you're just really going to love it. This is another image of Spawn, machine gun in arm. And this was actually one. If you look in the back of the issue, there's some notes of McFarlane. McFarlane had done a sketch that they're trying to work off of, and I will say that I think that it just really nailed it. And I think that it's just we're getting so many elements of what made um, Spawn so popular, and what McFarlane and what makes all of this go is that the creative team is just done just an amazing job. I really don't know what to say. I'm kind of blown away at how good it is with Fernandez art. This is okay. So the premise here is that there's been this bomb that's gone off, and there's this group, this Psalms 137 group, and they kind of piecemeal a couple things together at the last second, and Spawn arrives as these group is there attacking civilians there in Washington D.C. And when he catches her, he surrounds her in that cloak, in his cape, and what you end up with is just basically almost like a disintegration. Look at her, just ate her soul, right? And of course, then when you cut and you leave, you get the Kincaid reveal here in the reflection with the detail. And Al has to partner with Terry and move right into issue number 3. And there are variant different covers for everyone. So Javier does great work as well. And I love this shot because you see the cape and the chains moving all around him. And again, this is where McFarlane become famous because of that. He carried over what he had in Amazing Spider-Man into Spawn. And I didn't read the Spawn series went on for over 300 issues or whatever. And I can't tell you that I've read all of it, because I definitely have not. I was checked out on and off again many times. But this took me right back to 1992 of why I love Spawn, enjoyed reading these issues. And this is him face to face. Notice the towering size of how Kincaid is introduced. Just an incredible, menacing take on a character. I really enjoyed it. And of course, he's basically victorious. He basically wins, right? He has Spawn sort of like at the door, like finishing it off, and then he starts fighting back. And the battle just keeps getting on. I really want to point out just the green, the use of the green, just really does create a great contrast with how this is handled. And of course, Spawn basically is like, well, no, I've got you, because now I can be in your bloodstream. I can infect you. I can take you over, right? It is definitely a twist, and it definitely is graphic. It is not for the meek. This is not a comic if you're wanting PG content, because this is what Kincaid, when he's all said and done, he bursts out of this new version. Spawn takes over, and then of course he comes back. And I'm not going to get too much into the subplots, but man, that's so good. Before we move into issue number 4, and I really love this shot, by the way, because Spawn being dead at the end, right? Not really dead, but sort of this Nosferatu cover, right? Totally a coffin Nosferatu Spawn cover. Love it. Thought it was great, by the way. And they're kind of like catching everybody up a little bit about, there's no one on the throne in hell. The gate's been closed off. Spawn closed the gate off, so no one can go to heaven. It's created a mess. And it's like they're just trying to get to this point. And then you kind of have this old versus new version of trying to deal with the situation before he ends up coming face to face with Oracle. Now, Oracle works for Gaia. Now, Gaia is the earth goddess, basically Mother Nature, right? And Oracle's like, no, it's going to get worse. And basically, Gaia sounds like Gaia wants to destroy everything anyway. Oracle's there giving some of the details, talking about, listen, you locked up the dead zone. Like, I don't know what you want. And by the way, if you open that back up, you'll know who's pulling the strings. So they're going to come on through. Like, just so you know. So there's always an allusion to bigger things, even though you're in the moment. And Lewis is doing a really great job of capturing things. I liked it a lot. And then you have this great, literally 1990s shot of Spawn. Oh, I love that shot. Before you get to issue number 5, I did not like that cover as much. Sometimes these covers work well. That one I did not care for. And then just some more like piecing things together. We have Spawn, She-Spawn, which is Priest, right? We have a little bit more of some of the details as they kind of move around trying to capture things. And then he ends up face to face with this character. Now, if you don't want the spoiler, what happens next, just be warned. All I can tell you is, if you love 90s comic books, if you love Spawn, this is going to be for you. You're really going to enjoy this. It moves along. It's interesting and complicated, but it's not overly done. It's not full of a bunch of wasted dialogue, a bunch of wasted pages, things like that. It's just got a nice flow, a nice rhythm of stuff. The art is great. The story is fine. There are some moments where you're kind of like, is it getting woke? Is it doing whatever? It just makes comments. It just does little things. I didn't ever get bent out of shape over it. Am I being too easy on it? Maybe some of you will think so. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments. I thought it was fine. Anyway, there you go. Big twist comes at the end, which basically all it does for me is make me want to buy another comic book, right? Because you get him coming up. He's not doing well. Look at the green. Again, got to follow the green, right? And then the big reveal here at the end is, you're face to face with me. And that's, of course, Jason Wynn, right? Jason Wynn is the finale of the issue. And yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was sort of kind of gobsmacked with the end. I thought it was great. Can't recommend this series enough. Loved it. Thought it was really good. So plan on doing more Spawnverse. So I'll catch up on more. I'm going to be reading through King Spawn and Gunslinger. So my next video on Spawn will probably be more about Gunslinger. Kind of like bounce back and forth as I try to get through all that content. So anyway, if you guys are reading this, you tell me what you guys think. I'm loving it, and hopefully it's something that you could consider. Thanks. I'm Pops.
Yeah. Right? And I'm not playing.